From recording low-budget comedic sketches on his phone in a cramped bedroom to commanding the stages of global arenas, Druski has completely redefined what it means to be an entertainer in the digital age. Today, boasting an astonishing net worth of $35 million and a shelf lined with prestigious accolades, including multiple BET Awards for Digital Creator of the Year, Druski stands as the undisputed king of modern internet comedy and cultural entrepreneurship. His satirical empire, Could Have Been Records, has transformed him from a viral sensation into a legitimate industry mogul. But what exactly propelled Druski from everyday struggles and immense doubt to this absolute pinnacle of monumental success? Early life and struggles. To truly understand the magnitude of his current empire, we must look back at the environment that forged his relentless ambition. Growing up in Gwinnett County, Georgia, life was far from the glamorous dream he lives today. Born into a working-class household, he was raised in an environment where traditional career paths were heavily favored over creative pursuits. His parents, deeply rooted in practicality, wanted him to pursue a stable, conventional life. However, his mother played an absolutely pivotal role in shaping the resilience that would later define his career. She taught him the invaluable lesson of mental fortitude and the importance of unwavering hope, even when the immediate surroundings offered very little to be optimistic about. She instilled in him the belief that personality and charisma were gifts that, if channeled correctly, could overcome any societal barrier. This emotional foundation became his anchor. Despite this strong familial support, his journey was riddled with profound challenges. One of the most significant hurdles he faced was the overwhelming pressure of academic failure and the deep sense of alienation that came with it. While his peers excelled in traditional subjects, he found himself constantly at odds with the rigid structure of the educational system. He was frequently labeled as merely a class clown, a title that often invited harsh discipline rather than encouragement. This profound misunderstanding of his talents led to a deep-seated frustration. Furthermore, before the fame, he faced the crushing reality of severe financial instability. There was a period where he was scraping by, struggling to afford even the most basic necessities while simultaneously trying to fund his early content creation efforts. He faced immense doubt from friends and family who urged him to abandon his seemingly unrealistic dreams and secure a regular job. This internal and external conflict created a massive emotional toll. Yet, it was precisely this period of profound lack and intense societal pressure that fueled his hunger. Every rejection, every eviction notice, and every moment of doubt was converted into the raw, unfiltered comedic material that would eventually resonate with millions. He learned to observe the world from the perspective of an underdog, turning his everyday struggles into a universally relatable brand of humor that would soon take the entire world by storm. Rather than letting those early struggles break his spirit, he channeled every ounce of rejection into his undeniable talent, paving the way for a career trajectory that would shake up the entire entertainment industry. Career journey. The transition from a struggling young man to a global superstar did not happen overnight. It was a grueling journey paved with strategic brilliance and an unparalleled understanding of internet culture. His very first foray into the entertainment industry was not on a glitzy Hollywood set, but rather through the lens of a smartphone camera on Instagram. He started by creating hyper-relatable, observational comedy sketches that perfectly captured the nuances of everyday life. These early videos, though unpolished, possessed a magnetic authenticity that immediately began drawing a dedicated following. The most significant turning point in his early career was the creation of his legendary satirical label, Could Have Been Records. What started as an inside joke, mocking the predatory and often absurd nature of the music industry, rapidly snowballed into a massive cultural phenomenon. This platform allowed him to showcase his incredible improvisational skills, roasting aspiring artists with a brutal yet deeply charismatic honesty. A monumental milestone was reached when his unique brand of comedy caught the attention of major heavyweights in the music industry. Collaborations with global superstars like Drake and Jack Harlow served as massive catalysts, launching his visibility into the stratosphere. He was no longer just an internet comedian. He was actively shaping mainstream pop culture. Appearing in high-profile music videos and eventually joining massive stadium tours as an opening act completely blurred the lines between digital creator and traditional celebrity. As his influence expanded, so did the official recognition of his immense talent. He completely dominated the cultural conversation, culminating in incredibly emotional victories at the BET Awards. Winning Digital Creator of the Year was a massive validation of his unconventional path. It proved that the internet was not merely a stepping stone, but a legitimate powerhouse medium. Financially, his achievements matched his cultural impact. Through highly lucrative brand partnerships, merchandise empires, and incredibly successful national comedy tours, he began generating massive wealth. Earning upwards of $10 million in a single touring year, he proved that his business acumen was just as sharp as his comedic timing. From a young man hoping for a viral moment to a fully fledged enterprise, his career journey is a masterclass in leveraging digital influence into a permanent, highly lucrative legacy. Of course, breaking internet records and dominating award stages brought in a staggering fortune, and the absolute ultimate proof of his massive success lies within his breathtaking real estate portfolio. Real estates. The Atlanta mega mansion, $15 million. Serving as his primary headquarters, this sprawling estate in his home state of Georgia is the absolute crown jewel of his portfolio. Stepping inside, guests are immediately greeted by a breathtaking double-height grand foyer, featuring a sweeping, sculptural staircase crafted from flawless natural stone. The main living area boasts a massive open-concept design where towering floor-to-ceiling windows flood the entire space with natural light. The sprawling chef's kitchen is a masterpiece of modern design, featuring dual oversized islands topped with exotic imported stone and completely integrated top-of-the-line appliances hidden behind sleek cabinetry. Moving deeper into the home, the primary suite is an absolute sanctuary of peace. It features a private sitting area, a massive custom-built bed frame, and an ensuite bathroom that rivals the most exclusive spas in the world, complete with a massive soaking tub and a massive rainfall shower with multiple shower heads. The interior completely seamlessly blends into the outdoors through massive sliding glass walls. These walls open entirely to reveal a magnificent resort-style outdoor pool. This massive body of water features a zero-edge design that seems to spill endlessly into the horizon, surrounded by expansive lounging areas and a sunken fire pit built directly into the pool's shallow end, creating the ultimate space for both lavish entertaining and private relaxation. While his Atlanta mega mansion serves as the ultimate hometown crown jewel, his second property takes us straight into the ultra-exclusive hills of the West Coast elite. The Calabasas Estate, $9,600,000. Located in the highly exclusive hills of California, his second home serves as a West Coast retreat, designed for both ultimate privacy and high-level networking. The interior of this home focuses heavily on a warm, organic, modern aesthetic. The expansive living room features vaulted ceilings adorned with massive, exposed wooden beams, and a stunning, dual-sided fireplace that serves as the visual anchor of the space. The formal dining area is perfectly situated under a custom, hand-blown glass chandelier, providing an elegant space for hosting industry elites. The primary bedroom in this estate is designed as an ultimate retreat, featuring massive sliding glass doors that completely retract to invite the gentle California breeze inside. The attached bathroom is a marvel of contemporary design, featuring heated stone floors, an oversized steam shower, and a custom vanity carved from a single block of natural stone. Flowing effortlessly from the main living quarters is the backyard oasis. Here, a massive, custom-designed outdoor pool takes center stage. This beautifully crafted pool is flanked by mature palm trees and features a built-in, heated spa section and a sleek, modern cabana that offers shade during the intense summer months, making it a perfect sanctuary, away from the flashing lights of Hollywood. Yet, when it is time to completely unplug from the intense Hollywood hustle and embrace a pure tropical vibe, he heads straight to his third magnificent sanctuary. The Miami Retreat, $4,500,000. When he needs to escape the demands of his businesses, he heads to his stunning tropical-inspired retreat in Florida. This home embraces a sleek, minimalist design philosophy. The interiors are defined by clean lines, polished concrete floors, and floating architectural elements. The main living space is entirely open, with the living, dining, and kitchen areas flowing into one another without any visual interruption. The kitchen features minimalist, handle-less cabinetry and a massive single-slab stone counter that doubles as a casual dining space. The bedrooms are designed to be airy and light, featuring massive windows that frame the lush tropical foliage outside. The master bath is a study in minimalist luxury, featuring a freestanding tub positioned perfectly to catch the morning light. The true highlight of this property is how the indoor space completely surrenders to the outdoors. The entire rear of the home opens up to reveal a stunning, lap-style outdoor pool. Surrounded by pristine stone decking and lush tropical landscaping, this pool area is a private, tranquil oasis designed purely for soaking up the sun and enjoying the unparalleled Miami climate in absolute peace. As breathtaking as those sprawling estates are, the driveways are equally as impressive, because no modern mogul's lifestyle is truly complete without a fleet of jaw-dropping vehicles. Car collection. Just as his homes reflect his monumental success, his choice of transportation makes a bold, undeniable statement on the streets. His garage is a carefully curated collection of automotive excellence, perfectly mirroring the different facets of his dynamic lifestyle. Sitting at the absolute pinnacle of his collection is the Ferrari Puro Sangue, valued at a staggering $400,000. This is not just a mode of transportation. It is an undeniable declaration of arrival for a young, dominant force in the entertainment industry. As a modern creator in his early 30s, he needed something that perfectly balanced hyper-exclusive exotic appeal with enough practical space for his creative entourage. This magnificent Italian creation offers exactly that. It is the ultimate vehicle for making a grand entrance at high-profile premieres, red carpet events, or exclusive industry parties. Stepping out of this masterpiece immediately sets a tone of youthful dominance and massive success. The interior surrounds him and his passengers with unparalleled craftsmanship, turning every trip to the studio into a VIP experience. It represents the absolute peak of his financial triumph, allowing him to enjoy the thrill of a legendary brand while still catering to the highly social, collaborative nature of his everyday life. Next in the lineup is the Porsche 911 Turbo S, a breathtaking machine coming in at $230,000. While the previous vehicle is about making a massive social statement, this one is entirely about personal thrill and pure driving passion, perfectly suited for a superstar looking to blow off steam. When the pressures of running a digital empire and managing constant public attention become too heavy, this is the exact vehicle he chooses for a solitary escape. Cruising down the winding coastal canyons of California, this car offers an exhilarating, razor-sharp experience that instantly clears the mind. It is beautifully understated compared to overly flashy supercars, reflecting a subtle maturity in his taste, yet it possesses a fierce, aggressive soul on the road. The cabin is a driver-focused sanctuary, stripping away the unnecessary distractions of the outside world and allowing him to simply focus on the pure joy of the journey, perfectly matching the high adrenaline trajectory of his career. Rounding out this impressive fleet is the iconic Mercedes-AMG G63, carrying a price tag of $180,000. No young cultural icon's garage is truly complete without this legendary powerhouse. It is the ultimate staple of modern celebrity culture, perfectly mirroring his booming, larger-than-life internet persona. This is his absolute go-to for daily drives around the bustling streets of Atlanta or for casual late-night dinners with his closest friends. It commands immediate respect and presence on the road, with its towering stance and unmistakable silhouette, yet it offers incredible vault-like comfort inside. The elevated seating position gives him a commanding view of the city he now conquers, while the lavish cabin provides a ruggedly luxurious environment. It is the perfect blend of street credibility and high-end luxury, loudly celebrating his roots while firmly cementing his current status as a true heavyweight in the business. However, beyond the roaring engines and the architectural marvels, the man behind the viral sketches possesses a deeply grounded side that truly defines who he is behind closed doors. Personal life? Beyond the multi-million-dollar homes and the fleet of luxury vehicles, there is a deeply human, incredibly grounded side to the internet mogul that rarely makes it into his viral sketches. His personal life is anchored by profound relationships and a deep commitment to the people who supported him before the massive fame. He recently celebrated a beautiful milestone, marrying his incredibly supportive, longtime partner in a breathtaking, intimate celebration surrounded by their closest friends and family. This deeply grounded relationship has been a constant source of stability throughout his chaotic rise to the top. Together, they recently welcomed their first child, a monumental family milestone that has profoundly shifted his perspective on life, business, and the legacy he wishes to leave behind. He is known to be fiercely protective of his family's privacy, creating a strong boundary between his wild public persona and his quiet, nurturing home life. However, life in the public eye has not been without its serious hurdles. He faced immense public scrutiny and intense backlash regarding a highly controversial sketch produced under his label, which many critics argued pushed the boundaries of acceptable comedy too far. The internet, usually his biggest ally, quickly turned into a harsh judge. Instead of hiding, he faced the controversy head-on. He issued a deeply sincere public apology, acknowledging the lack of foresight and taking full accountability for the misstep. This moment of vulnerability and accountability actually strengthened his bond with his core audience, proving his capacity for growth and maturity. Beyond his family and his career, he is incredibly passionate about his community involvement. He is heavily active in organizations dedicated to uplifting underprivileged youth in the greater Atlanta area, pouring substantial funding into local arts and media programs. He was recently honored with a Community Leadership Award for his dedication to providing resources to young, aspiring creatives who lack the financial means to pursue their dreams. His personal life perfectly mirrors the authenticity of his work. He remains deeply connected to his roots, fiercely loyal to his inner circle, and dedicated to using his massive platform to create tangible, positive change in the world. What an incredible journey from viral phone videos to multi-million-dollar estates and an unmatched car collection. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the extraordinary lifestyle and massive success of Druski, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the Celeb Insiders for more exclusive content. Let us know in the comments whose incredible life story and luxury house tour you want us to cover next, and keep watching for more inside looks at your favorite stars.